How y'all doing? I'm out here, got these old chairs. These was my old grandma's old chairs. They was them old green and white metal chairs. I remember she had them my whole life, and my cousin, he lives over there now, he didn't want them, so he said I could have them. They was pretty rusted. So I started painting on them. I sanded them roughly. I mean, really, I didn't. I took a wire brush, went over them real good, and then wiped them off real good. I wish I'd have had a sandblaster. If anybody had a sandblaster where I could have sandblasted them, but I didn't do that. I just went over them with that wire brush. Got most of that rust as best I could off. And anyhow, that over yonder, you can see it's rusty. Well, I got this one up here just looking at it, but this is the one I'm trying to fix. You can see it rusted through right there. So what I'm doing is taking this piece of board I got down there. Jody Pope, Jason, him building his new house down there. I asked him the other day if they had any scrap, and he said, yeah, go down there and look. I got a couple pieces of scrap down there. So Jody, it's a plank of wood from your house will be in the bottom of my chair, I reckon, the rest of my life. Anyhow, I'm trying to fix these old chairs Granny had. Old Jody remembers old Ma Willis. He remembers she had them egg crates up there in the ceiling, or not egg crates, egg cartons in the ceiling of the kitchen. I don't know what she had them things up there for. I'd forgotten all about it, and he pointed that out. But she had these, I guess she liked the way they looked. She took them styrofoam egg cartons and had them all over the ceiling in her kitchen. I don't know what, I guess she liked the way they looked or something. I guess it gave it some insulation or something, maybe. I don't know. When I was a kid, I used to climb up on, she had a little old bar thing in there. I'd climb up on there and punch them in. But anyhow, what I was trying to do was whittle this block of wood to reinforce where it's rusted at. We'll see how long I can make these old chairs last. I'd like to keep them, you know. I just remember Granny having them and stuff. I'm put some Rust-Oleum on them. I got that Rust-Oleum. Yeah, I got it over here. It's pure white. Supposed to stop it from rusting. I guess it's some kind of oil-based enamel. So anyhow, I already got one coat of that on them. Pretty much all of it. I see right there a spot I missed. I ain't got Monroe Bozeman over here to do it. I did. He's a master painter. Monroe had some trouble with his breathing. Probably all that painting all them years. Said that indigestion eating him up. Caused a lot of that breathing trouble. And I've had trouble with that indigestion too. So some people gave me a tip about putting some bricks under the headboard side of the bed. And I did. I put a couple of bricks under there, and that has helped. I ain't had it, but I started taking that Omzaprol or whatever it's called. And, yeah, whatever they call it, Meprazole. I take it once a day, and that's the same thing they put Monroe on. And he got that COPD, and they said it was from having indigestion real bad. And I know he knew what he talked about. How it burned real bad in the middle of the night, man, it's terrible. I had that, and I know exactly what he was talking about, so I hope I caught it soon enough. I started taking that and putting that bricks on the headboard. I ain't had no trouble with it since I started doing that. I've been doing that a couple of weeks now, so hopefully I caught it in time to have that lung trouble or whatever other trouble it was called. Anyhow, I was whittling this board. I tell you what, it's about like a commercial because I keep advertising everything. Nicky got me this Kershaw knife here. I got all kind of knives, but this sucker right here is whittling this board like butter. It's staying sharper than any of my other knives. I got all kind of knives supposed to be real good and all. But these Kershaws ain't that high. But I was telling Nikki, this old wood nowadays, they grow this pine so fast till it's just soft, you know. They got some kind of hybrid pine or whatever, but it's real soft. You whittle it like butter, man. Look, you just whittle that stuff, ain't nothing to it. I remember when I was a kid, an old man used to whittle stuff out of cedar. He'd whittle little old guns and stuff, and he was pretty cool. I can't remember what his name was. Janie or Douglas, Jace, some of them. Well, Janie and them. Jace might remember, cause he's a little bit younger than me, but he probably remembers them little old guns. He remembers, he can tell me what that guy's name was. But anyhow, he used to whittle all kind of stuff. But I got it kind of whittled in shape where it'll fit in it, because this thing's got that dome shape to it. Try to get it to fit in there. That'd probably be good enough. Now I got it whittled down. I mean, really, I ought to put a little dip in the middle of it, because the way that goes down, I guess I could try to. That's gonna be kind of a little bit harder. I sure ain't no master whittler or nothing. Whatever they call somebody that whittles stuff. Guess they call them a whittler, huh? I'm gonna try to whittle it down a little bit, give it a little concave shape. It goes out more towards the middle, so I don't cut my leg off. They say always cut away from yourself, but I'm going. Sometimes hard to get completely away from yourself. I don't know, some people I see whittling sit there and do it like it. So, I don't know. They always say cut away from yourself, keep from cutting yourself. Well, Miss Dorothy up there in Nashville used to always tell me, she'd set you straight. She was always getting on my butt about something. Yeah, I used to do yard work for her and stuff. Maintenance guy kind of thing. Old lady lives up in Nashville. Boy, she had me cutting all kinds of trees, mess out in the back. They got a big old place up there. They got all kinds of them. Been cutting all kinds of trees, weeds. Oh man, I learned a lot about plants from her, Jacqueline Weatherman. They taught me a lot about planting stuff. Call it landscaping. A lot about trees and different kind of yard plants, how to prune them right. We used to do a lot of pruning and keeping hedges. Miss Dorothy, she was the only one that let me do her hedges. She had these big tall hedges. Things about, they's taller than your head. They're probably about 7, 8 feet tall. She wanted them kind of naturally rounded off. Didn't want them too square, boxy looking. Well, that was the job. They was probably about, I don't know, 30 foot long in front of her house. Her old 16th, 15th, right off what they call Music Row up there. She's got an old house. I renovated that old house. It took 2 years, but I learned a lot from Janet Effington. She was the lady that got the job. She was having a lot of trouble on her back, so she hired me to come in there and do it. She kind of supervised me, and we kind of worked together on all that old stuff, figuring out how to fix all that old stuff. It's a 100-something-year-old house there in Nashville, right there on 15th, I believe it is, 15th Avenue. Pretty old house. We finally got it done. Still up there. I guess it's considered a historic house. I don't guess Miss Dorothy will ever get rid of it. She talked about selling it when we was redoing it, that's what she was gonna do, then I don't think she let go of it. I think she might be renting it. I ain't talked to her for a while. I'm pretty sure right now she's living over in Asheville, North Carolina, with her daughter, or close to her daughter. This Dorothy, I mean, I keep calling her Dorothy. That's Dara Myers that I'm talking about. It's so long since I've seen all these people. Can't hardly remember. It's hard to believe I've been living back down here 4 years. That's kind of got a concave thing, wedge looking thing. Might get in there a little closer to the bottom. I mean, it ain't gonna be perfect. I still, if I want to go down one, I'd take more off the middle, I reckon. Yeah, like I said, this Kershaw is this modern day fast growth pine, combination of the two. Pretty easy to cut. And I've been whittling on this thing a while already, because I'd already whittled them sides down before I even turned the camera on. Said I might as well film it. People like watching people do stuff, I reckon. I do. I sit there and watch stuff. Different people doing different things. Kind of relaxing, I guess. You can see what everybody else does wrong. I don't know about everybody else, but if you watch stuff on my videos, you can see what I do wrong, and then you learn what not to do. Nothing else. You might not learn what to do, but you can learn what not to do. That fits good enough. I'm gonna call that good enough. Now, I got to. I forgot to paint it that. Well, it didn't come off, but it's still kind of tacky. Thank God the sun's on it. Now I got to take and get the drill going. I'm gonna probably have to get Nikki to help me on that. I put them screws in there. I don't yet. Let's see. Probably. Whatever suits you. No, she ain't going running around in the yard naked. You can get about that paint on there. I'm wanting to grab it. Alright. I'm going to get me some places to start. Screw. I might order to drill it. But I'm gonna see. I can just drive a nail. Maybe I can get a hole started right like this. Alright, what I need to do? Nothing yet. Right now I can handle it, but in a minute I'm going to do it on the other side. I might have to get the drill bit and drill that. I was hoping not to. Where they at? Probably in there in the house. It's pretty hard to find that drill. That middle keep touching it. All right, finally found the drill bits. I had to put my shades on. I couldn't see nothing. I went in the house, looking just white, sun. Got me 3 pair of these sunglasses up there at the $1.32 tree. I get 3 pair of them. I figure maybe that'll last me this summer. So anyhow, what I'm gonna try to do is get this dang gum hole drilled. Really ain't got no little bit in there. Doggone, I'll have to go get some other bits. Alright, I had these little bits. That's what Nikki said, that's what happens when you don't put stuff back when you get done with it. So that's what I gotta start. Remember.
Did you just buy those?
I've had them a while. Find out. Should have one in here. This is more of that Temu crap. Man, you can get some deals on a little junk like this. Looks like it's just assortment of the same size, various small sizes. The ones that's missing out of here, really. Probably this big one will be fine. Be about right. Yeah, that's the way to go. I mean, I don't think I paid but a couple dollars for all of it. They are cheap.
On some stuff.
Yeah, on some stuff it ain't so cheap, but some of it ain't having to run through the big guys. It's amazing how cheap this stuff really is made.
Some of it's so cheap and so cheaply made that it's worth buying.
Well, ain't that true? A lot of it. Maybe I can get this started. I know you're supposed to put oil on it, but I'm trying to paint this thing. I'm gonna ruin this a bit. I'm sure this metal's hard. What's gonna be hard about this little project? These bits probably ain't that good neither. And it probably ain't metal bits. I guess hardened steel, I don't know what the difference is. I know I need to get screws in it. They're not cooked. Like I say, you're supposed to put oil on it when you drill in metal. I'm trying to paint this thing. I think that rust is oil based. It might not matter. I could probably clean it off with alcohol. I ain't
Doing anything?
It's cutting it, but slow, man. It's probably just these ain't working good bits for this. Time I get done drilling 4 holes in it, it's gonna be shot if it'll even do them. It's just not really a metal bit. I need to get one of them little, I don't know what they call, but they got them different sizes on there. It's like brass looking. You know what I mean? Cut metal with. I need to get one of them. A couple of them, a small one and a large one. I don't know what they call them. Steel even on these old chairs back then was better than steel you get now. It's like everything's just degrading, being recycled over and over, getting crappier and softer. time goes on. Well, it went through it then. I gotta do, see where I need to put them at. There's one there. Put at least one over here. Right there, probably wouldn't hurt to put one in the middle. Yeah, they've been around, haven't they? I ain't got the right screws. I got these old drywall screws, but I'm gonna paint over all this real thick. And I ain't gonna leave them out in the weather anymore, because on one of them right there, it's starting to rust through, so start keeping them on the porch. Maybe them drywall screws would be alright if I put paint over them real good. I can always change the screws later, get some sheet metal screws. Zinc plated or something, they won't rust as fast. Them old drywall screws will rust pretty quick. They ain't outdoor screws. I should have done this before I ever started painting. Oh well. Well, these Temu bits sure ain't made for metal. This thing gone near flattened off on me. Man, it ain't hardly doing nothing. If these ain't too big, I mean they are big, but I don't. There may be some out in that impact thing. I'll go look. It's metal bits.
Yeah, there is.
Oh well, I can't find them other bits nowhere. That's the way it goes. This place, story of my life. I gotta get everything in a certain place or something. Get organized. I'll have to use a bigger bit. It's not as big as the screw head, so it'll work. Them other old Temu bits, this metal is so hard. It was harder than a drill bit. It just flattened the end of it off. That's what I was saying about this older stuff. It's just a lot better than this new stuff. It's like everything is just disintegrating over the years and getting crappier and crappier. Or them wood bits, but man, that metal flattened off. Wasn't even touching. Huh? All these chairs. Yeah, they've been around. See, that bit cut right through it. It's just them cheap Temu bits, I reckon. Right. I can use that cheap bit drilling this softwood. You find it? I wonder where I put them
In
things.
the house somewhere.
It must be. That's all right, Nikki. This other bit will work. Don't worry with it. Yeah, I say it will. Well, I done wore it out on that metal. Let me just get one of them others. Needs to be a little smaller drop in. Screw. Make a little pilot hole in it. Don't bust it. That wood's soft like everything else. Everything modern is just like it's disintegrating. It's like over the years, back in the old days, everything was made out of stuff that still exists today. Like that old fan we got in there. That metal and all, it's just, man, it'll be around after I'm dead and gone. But stuff they making now will just be completely deteriorated before I even die. That's what I'm saying. Back then it's like the alloys and stuff were just stronger, and nowadays it's like everything's just getting diluted, till it ain't even nothing no more. It's just made to disintegrate. It's that planned obsolescence stuff they talk about. They put it, you know, it was intentional. Planned obsolescence. So they come up with make stuff to disintegrate. And it started, I think, in the 30s. By golly, that pulled it up. Yes, ma'am. Drill that hole a little deeper. Well, it went in there. I might change them to sheet metal screws, but after I paint it, though, then it's take part of the paint off. The paint's gonna cover them up. These, and like I said, if I keep it on the pour, these old drywall screws will probably be all right. Because I'm gonna paint all that. All that's gonna be covered in paint. That's why I'm doing it now. Before I paint it. It'll be sturdier than it would have been. Now just put a couple screws in here. They won't stick in your butt. Oh, that's that other drill bit. Run it too. Need to go through this so not down into the wood because it'll be too big for the pilot hole. Don't matter. Touch it. Somewhere right in here. It looks pretty sturdy. Yep. This thing loosens up a lot. I don't know why it does. It's doing something right, I guess. Ain't holding my mouth right or something. All right, we'll see how that does.
Time you drilled something, but it might be in the closet.
It might be in that closet. Didn't think about that. It ought to be a lot sturdier. I don't think that other side's rusted.
You want me to sit in it and test it?
Yeah. You can. I don't think this other side had a well, I can't set it down yet because I went back over that paint. That needs to cure. Yeah, it looks pretty good. So that ought to hold. I guess I can paint. That was a little, I thought that was a little damp. Might just been on the outside of it. Well, that ain't got to sit on the ground, so I'm gonna just let that dry real good. I'm probably out of the camera. What I was talking about was that wood there. I thought it was a little damp. It wasn't much. It might have had a little dampness on the outside of it. Like I said, I just painted back over this, so I need to let it cure before I set it up, before I can do any more painting on it. But I got that board on there, so that ought to be all right. I'm gonna just let that sit there and cure for a while. Whenever I go ahead and finish them up, I'll turn the camera back on when I go back to painting. See y'all then. All right, here's a little bonus video. I'll show everybody where I'm at on my garden this year. That's why I was already tired before I got started. I've been driving these stakes all morning, trying to get stuff tied up. We got another rain recently and everything is really shot up, so. There's them tomatoes. Got these squash blooming. Got some cucumbers. They already starting to get on them tendrils and stuff so we can run them up these strings. Try to keep them out of the way as best we can. I gotta stick a few more of them peppers over there. I didn't get all of them. I run out of sticks. Got that bamboo up the road from my sister Roberts next door. I appreciate her letting me get that, man. That really helps out in the garden. But them tomatoes is coming up good. They had to have it. Because that's the only thing. The bottoms of them was still skinny, ain't caught up with the top after that rain come through. Man, them things just blew up on top. And the little old stalk wasn't quite big enough to hold them up. They started wanting to fall over, so I had to get everything tied. They all looking pretty good. I'm gonna try to keep up with them. What I did is put this pine straw for mulch. You can see. We done that last year and it worked real good. I gotta finish doing that. It rained a little bit, so it's still pretty damp out there, but it's pretty sunny today. It's supposed to be sunny the next couple days, I believe. You can see that grass is starting to come up. I'm gonna try to mulch all that with that pine straw later on this evening. Go rake some more pine straw. I'm gonna give it time to dry out so pine straw won't be so heavy. But I got okra over there. It's coming up a little bit. You can see it coming up a little bit. It's a little slower. You'll see how it goes. I spaced everything apart a little bit better this year than I did last year. I got everything a little too close together. It's hard to get in between everything. I've already started pinching them suckers off these tomato plants. And I fertilized the whole thing. Jace cut it up several times. And I used a whole bag of triple 13 fertilizer on this thing. And you can see the ground's green. It's got plenty of fertilizer. And then I brought, when I planted everything, I broadcasted the whole thing with Epsom salt. I've always heard about that. See, it's good for keeping disease down and good for tomatoes for sure. I know, who was it down there? Junior Williamson, when I was a kid. He had one of the prettiest gardens, and he always said put that Epsom salts that you basically your tomato plants, and I've heard other people say it, so I done that this time. We got some eggplants. I can't remember which is which. Somewhere up in here we got some eggplants, probably these things, and zucchini, maybe these right in here. But squash, I know that's squash over there. And then we got these cucumbers down through here. We didn't plant as many cucumbers this time because last year we had so many pickles, more than I could eat. I think this is something different down here. This may be the zucchini or something. I don't know, it looks a little different. I can't remember. I got them tags stuck in there somewhere, but I can't see them. Anyhow, we'll see how it turns out. We'll see y'all next time around.